This module will discuss cooling systems for homes, including natural ventilation, central air cooling, window and through-wall units, and mini-split air conditioning systems. Natural ventilation is one of the oldest forms of air conditioning, and it can be achieved in a number of ways. One method is for heat to be allowed to escape high in a house through clerestory windows, and allowing then cooler air to be drawn in through lower floors and creating a natural convection current that can produce a cooling effect in a house. We can add a mechanical element to this and use a house fan to draw cool air into a house, and particularly at nighttime when it cools off. And sometimes, even if it's very hot out in many climates, it's still cool in the evening. So, using a fan to cool off the house at night and then closed up, it can often stay very comfortable during the day without any types of artificial air conditioning. In many cases, though, we do use air conditioning systems which use a cycle to exchange heat from the inside and the outside. And the physics of these systems are primarily based on a phase change of a refrigerant material. But generally, when a liquid evaporates into a gas, it absorbs heat. And as a part of an evaporator cycle, an evaporator will absorb heat from the inside of a house. When gas is condensed into a liquid, it releases heat, and as such, the condenser is the unit that rejects heat on the outside of the house. Central air conditioning is a similar unit to a furnace, often placed in the attic, but this is the actually evaporator unit, and it has a blower in it that will distribute cool air down into the house and draw warm return air back into the house. On the outside of the house, we have a condensing unit, which is taking part in the refrigerant cycle that we described a little bit earlier. Window units are common retrofits, and they can either be placed in a window, or a similar air conditioning can be mounted through a wall unit. This one's got a cover on it over the winter. Unfortunately, as we've discussed many times, these are mounted in ad hoc methods and often end up being significant sources of heat loss because of the leaky air spaces around them. Also, if they're left in place over the winter time, they can be a significant source of lost heat. Mini-split systems are gaining in popularity. A mini-split is kind of a hybrid of a central air conditioning and a window unit. Mini-splits include a cooling coil and a fan with a condensing unit outside, just like large central air systems. However, the evaporator units are smaller and installed directly into the space they cool, often on walls or in ceilings. Mini splits offer flexibility because the multiple indoor units can connect to one single unit with small refrigerant lines that are fairly easy to install in a house and much less expensive than trying to run ductwork through an existing house. Another big plus is that they enable the rooms to be cooled individually with individual temperature settings, as opposed to central air systems, which typically cool the entire house at the same rate.